everyone, this is Sean 007, 1986. And as you can see, I'm a fat. Yes, that's kind of important. I know it's not the video, but I just want to put that out there. But I guess it's about, the whole stupidity of motherfucking companies who try to find their ways to be wokier than thou, and also tries to save men. Mostly, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Their new subject, stopping men from, no, it's okay. The new thing coming from these idiots is stopping the oversexualization of female characters in video games. I know. Believe me, I know. Apparently, Dove is the one who say that we need to stop over-sexualizing video game female characters. And this is weird because last time I checked, Dove is a soap company. It really is a fucking soap company. I wish I was joking. I wish I was joking, but it was like, oh my fucking god. And they have a way to do it. They actually did a really good job with this whole plan too. Let me mind you. What they did is that they hook up with Unreal and with using the Unreal Engine and women in gaming to put together an ad that actually showed the quote-unquote true beauty of a female video game character and how they should stop over-sexualizing them. By over-sexualizing them, it means like, seeing female characters who are, slim, in fit, in good shape, and being sexy. I mean, and all. If you don't believe me, yours truly have managed to grab his hands on the ad from Dove's YouTube page. Now, keep in mind, if you were to go to their YouTube page and actually look at the ad, I mean, you can look at it. That's no surprise. That's no problem. The problem is that you can't leave a goddamn comment because they decided to shut down the comments. Yes. They totally shut down the comments for whatever dumbass reason imaginable, but they did it anyway because they was gonna get a fucking ass blasted anyway. So it's like, yeah. And it's well, see, they did it on normal YouTube. They did it in two ways. They made it two copies of the videos on the ad. One for normal YouTube and one for you and there's another one for you that was made for YouTube Kids. Now, normally for YouTube Kids, it will be, the comments will be shut down. But it is what it is. Anyway, I got it. So let me fire this bad boy up. All right, play it.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, so, yeah, pretty much, when I saw the ad, and I was like, what the fuck? I mean, seriously, it's like, it just screams what the fuck. And this is some serious ass virtue signaling. I mean, and this ain't nothing. And like I said, this ain't nothing new. It's been going on late. It's been going on lately. You know, with the whole Bud Light thing, and then there's the Miller Lite situation. How they're now how they have to, like, you know, they have to lecture people like, oh, we don't need women in bikinis fighting in mud wrestling to sell your products. It's like, yeah, but you gotta remember, your customer base are fucking guys. But it is what it is. But I'm also found myself about in the comments who talks about it, which brings up some more details on it. I'm gonna read it to you right now because, you know, I'm me. And well, this is what Bounding in the Comments had to say. Dove's new real virtual beauty ad campaign calls on gamers to challenge the narrow definition of beauty still visible in the virtual world. Yeah, I'm not doing that, and you can't fucking force me to do so. But I digress. Let me read. The latest brand to hop on the body positive movement, the Dove brand has launched a new ad campaign calling on video game fans to reject the narrow definition of beauty found in modern titles. The Unilever-owned line of hygiene products first took a stand against overly sexualized women in video games on May 11th with the unveiling of a new commercial in which they called on players to eliminate stereotypes and build young players' self-esteem and body confidence. Shared to the public via the official Twitter account for advertising and marketing-centric news outlets, The Drum, and developed in collaboration between Dove, Epic Games, Unreal Engine, the educational team, and the Women's in Games activism organization, which, by the way, it had, like, you know, 8 big name it had 8 followers under them. Which, by the way, they follow 8 people. One of them being, of all people, Mindy Kaling. Yeah, I know. The ad in question opens with an established shot of a battleground littered with dragon bones. From there, an ice-armed beast emerged from the rubble, only to be met with a female warrior named Cynthia, which is spelled Cinthia, who design seemingly draws heavy inspiration from the titular protagonist of Battle Angel Alita. I need to see that movie. Well, the James Cameron movie, and also check out the anime. And it is named after a real-world player featured in Dove's campaign, who's quickly proceeded to break him down with an energy blast from ashore. As he lands in a victory pose, a bell suddenly rings out, and the digital landscape the two opponents once occupied dematerialized, revealed that they were nothing more than actors playing a role in their respective characters. Cynthia then returns home to what seemed to be a combination dressing room-sized apartment, only to become slightly dismayed after catching her fully suited up, shapely figure in a mirror. Attempting to own her look with a heroic pose, she soon gives up on the facade and proceeds to both free her larger frame from the restricted confines of her armor, as well as wipe some makeup off her face. Now relaxed and comfortable, her break is soon interrupted by the return of to set bell. However, before returning to her job, she takes a long look at her reflection in the mirror. Coming to terms with her own acceptance, the heroine then proceeds to gear up and return to the set. This time stands her defensive gear. 74% of girls feel underrepresented in video games, the ad then reads, citing a 2022 study conducted by Dove, the aforementioned Women's in Games, and the Center of Appearance Research, which is apparently based on a single survey and whose methodology has not been publicly released. So basically, it's just one study. They figured that study is fact and just roll with the fuck with it. We partner with Unreal Engine and Women in Games to change this. Sowing out the results of this partnership, the ad then replays its previous battle scene, only this time with Cynthia's original motto replaced with a more representative one. Ugh. As Cynthia crossed her arms for one final victory pose, the ad concludes, "Let's make virtual beauty real." In a promoting provide to the drum in promotion of the campaign, Dove's global VP Lindro Beretta asserted, Dove believes that beauty should be a source of confidence, not anxiety in every aspect of life, both real and virtual. Although the games industry has made significant strides to become more inclusive, progress needs to be accelerated to change the narrow definition of beauty still visible in the virtual world, she added. Together with our partners, we hope to make a real impact on the millions of women and girls who spend their free times playing games. As per the virtual reality beauty official website, the campaign efforts will include not just the above ad, but also an exclusive Roblox game centered on a school for kids with superpowers that's under siege by a group of rogue students spreading negativity, and a real beauty and games training program. An online course designed to educate developers, creators, and artists about beauty and diversity in gaming. Bro, Dove, listen here. I'm gonna continue, but listen. You wanna know why people play video games? To get away with the bullshit and the hardship of life. What you're doing is people play games for escapism, and you're taking the escapism away from us. Let me continue. Gamers want true-to-life diversity, even in a fantasy realm of gaming. No, the fuck we don't. But there's work to be done on female representation in video games, especially when it comes to the creation of avatars, explained in the campaign of the training program. Featuring models developed in partnership with the Center for Appearance Research, CAR, and the Dove Self-Esteem Project, DSEP, and industry experts. The course will help teach creators how to avoid unconscious bias across the stages of avatar and character development, giving female players the opportunity to redefine how they are representative across the gaming experience. Unfortunately for Dove's latest attempt to virtue signal, research does not support the ideas on which their entire campaign is predicted on. I am shocked. Shocked! Well, not that shocked. I knew that was going to happen. Per a 2020 study conducted by researchers Christopher J. Ferguson, who is perhaps best known for his work debunking the similar claims that violent video games inspire likewise behavior. Well, yeah, I mean, everyone knows. Yeah, I mean, everyone knows that. I mean, shit, I played violent video games myself when I was young, and I haven't had any violent tendencies. Nope, not at all. Though I do have an unhealthy hatred for Dean Spanos, but that's just me. James D. Sauer, Aaron Drummond, Julia Kinnear, and Emily Lowe Cabari, sexualizing in games was neither related to well-being, body dissatisfaction, nor sexism/misogyny. But it designed studies, and those that show less evidence for research expectancy effects for sexism/misogyny outcomes tend to find less evidence for effects, they explain. As appears commonly in other realms of media effects, the evidence is weak that sexualized games influence players' attitudes and behavior. Duh! I mean, everyone knows that, but apparently Dove and Women's in Games didn't catch that memo. Well, they did, but they want to ignore it because it destroys whatever bullshit they try to push. Speaking of these findings, during a later interview with the psychologist-centric news outlet PsychPost, nice, Ferguson asserted, overall, the moral panic over video games and sexualization is pretty much following the paint-by-numbers pattern of the video game violence debate. Lots of hyperbole and more outrage, but very little evidence that video games are causing any harm to either male or female players. As a purely public health issue, this doesn't appear to be much of a concern at all, Ferguson condemned. That doesn't mean people can't advocate for better representation of females in games. They just need to be more cautious not to make claims of harm that can be easily debunked, therefore calling into question what might otherwise be reasonable advocacy goals. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. And here's the thing. If Dove and Women's in Gaming is part, okay, this will definitely gonna have us, we're definitely gonna have us loved by female gamers. Well, no, it didn't. Why? I'll tell you why. Because on Twitter, every female gamer out this motherfucker was on there calling out Dove for pushing this bullshit. I mean, they was actually pissed off because it's like, what they saying is what they're saying is pretty much what everybody else is saying, and what I'm about to say too. All this is doing is getting people to hate women because they take away something that they love. And also, here's the thing: I get it. You don't want women to be sexualized. I get that part. There's just one tiny fucking problem with that part. Back in the day, games. See, sex sells, and who plays the majority of video games? Guys like me. So what do? Create sexy ass female characters to appease to said guys. Just like how guys like to drink fucking beer or want to have fucking guns. Don't know why I say that part, but I felt like that's fucking needed to be. And what you're doing is just proving that you just don't get it, man. I mean, the reason why Dove is doing this, just like Bud Light, Miller Lite, H&K, Target, all these other goddamn corporations who try to virtue signal on this, is because of ESG. Because they want to get that ESG rating and that ESG money. That's all there is at the end of the day. They don't give a fuck about, virtue signaling and all that other bullshit. And also Dove. To be perfectly honest, this is Dove we were talking about. The same guys who also did that whole ad campaign with Steven Universe. Now granted, I do love Steven Universe, but it's like, come on, man. Come on. You're a soap company. You're a fucking soap company. And like I said, it's like, I would rather listen on how to respect women from Donald J. Trump than to hear anything from a fucking soap company. I'm not, sorry man, you can't make me bow down to this. And also, if you think about it, it's pretty much the whole, you better like women for who they are, or else you're a bigot. I like women of all sizes and shape, okay? I am, I'm not the kind of person who likes women regardless of who they are, regardless of how they look. I'm not gonna judge them. I won't. I'm not that kind of person. But I feel like this is nothing more than another fucking attempt by woke ass companies who try to shit on men. And also, I have to ask you this, Dove. And let me get a little bit closer to you. Here we go. Let me get closer to you, okay? Do you motherfuckers learn anything from Bud Light? I mean, oh my fucking god! Oh my fucking god! It's like, why? Why would you do this? Why the fuck are you doing this? I mean, seriously, why? Oh my god! 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 It's like you guys do this. It's like you guys just want men to hate y'all. Y'all just want to shit on men. Okay. You know what? That's fine. Because not only are you getting called out by the men, you also getting called out by the women, like the female gamers. And I got no beef with female gamers. I never do. Heck, most of my friends that I know, most of my female friends that I know, they're gamers too. I even got one that living in Florida. The one who kicked my ass 3 times in Street Fighter 4. I'm not gonna talk about that because that was a bad night. That was a bad night that day. But when I see her again, I get my butt right, get my rub back. Yeah, I know. I got that. I know. Well, Sean, you can't be talking shit about Bud Light. You got the flag. That was a gift. I don't even fuck with the beer. I mean, I tried it once, but it was just nothing, though. But seriously, though, this is so fucking stupid, and I wish companies would stop virtue signaling just to act like, oh, they give a fuck about things, because they don't. And besides, I doubt that this is the last thing female gamers have to worry about, because female gamers have to worry about a lot of shit lately, like, oh, I don't know, sexual harassment, and also getting hit with both either death threats, well, I might say both, let me finish, or get hit with either death threats or rape threats, hell, even both. But no, Dub don't want to talk about that, which are real world problems that female gamers have to deal with. Oh no, they won't worry about that. They have to worry about virtual ass female characters who have to be a little bit sexy. Man, Dub, just stop. Just fucking stop. Stick to what you're good at. Selling soap. Selling fucking soap. But anywho, I just want to put this out here because I feel like it's so goddamn stupid. It's not even funny. But I'll leave the article up there, and I'll leave the video on there, because sometimes I wish our media would come to strike us down, because I swear, stupidity is the one thing that no amount of medical science can cure, and that's a fucking fact. But I would like to know what you think on this. I always like to hear your opinions. I always do. Some may be good, some may be bad, and if there's going to be some fucked up ones or some opinions that isn't part of the video, I'll still read them and I'll reply to them. As always, be sure to leave a comment, like this video, subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell so don't miss an update, share with your friends, share with your neighbors, share with others, and that's about it. Until next time, this is Sean 007 1986 signing off. Thank you for watching this video. It really means a lot, and I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later. Bye! I mean, for fuck's sake, man. Dub trying to tell people, oh, we need to stop sexualizing characters and all that shit. You got me fucked up, man. Fuck you guys. Seriously. Fuck you guys. Go back to making soap, you sons of bitches.